We are here with the American frontiersman Daniel Boone. Mr. Boone, where were you born?
I was born in the small colony of Pennsylvania on November 2nd, 1734. During the time of settlement in America, people were trying to find a way to get to the west. So in the Appalachian Mountains, people found a gap called the Cumberland Gap. I tried to find a way through, and eventually I cleared out a path called the Wilderness Road. Through there, over 200,000 Americans went through and settled all over Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia, and I ended up starting a colony called Boonesboro.
In what wars did you participate in?
While I was young, very young, my father taught me how to shoot with bows and arrows and then a gun. Eventually, I entered war through the Revolutionary War, and we fought against Indians, mostly the Shawnee Indians. For a little while, I was captured, and eventually I escaped and warned Boonesboro of their plans, which was to attack Boonesboro. But even though we were outnumbered, we were able to defeat them and eventually fight them off for a little while. And yeah, eventually I settled down, had a family, and ended up having 10 kids. We also fought the British, and the Indians actually fought with us to help us gain our independence, even though eventually we turned our back against them.
After traveling for a long time, when did you feel like it was time for you to stop?
Well, I never really thought about stopping. For a while, I just focused on helping everybody settle out in the West. After I left my home at a very young age, I eventually, after getting trapped by the Indians, when I escaped, I had to run. I had to leave. So I helped people out in Boonesboro, and then I decided to go to Missouri. I started branching out farther. Eventually, I had my family, and that's when we decided to stay in Missouri. After settling down, I raised my family, taught all my sons how to shoot, how to hunt, how to go fishing, how to work hard, raise crops, and a real good hobby I love to do is ride horses. It's very fun, it's very relaxing, getting the herd together with horses, and also with my sons, we put a lot of effort into our work, and I hope that eventually one day it'll be a great.
How do you think you have impacted American history in the future?
That's a tough question. I think I've impacted history through the War of Independence. That was a big deal for us. I think that opening that door to the West really helped us get a good foothold on what we had and what we were soon gonna have. And I think that if it wasn't for that, there wouldn't have been a western part of the country.
Thank you, Mr. Boone. It's been a good time talking to you. Thank you for the opportunity. Mr. Boone, will you tell us a little bit about your background? Will you tell us a little bit about your background?
I was born on November 2nd, 1734, in the colony of Pennsylvania.
Tell us a little bit about your background.
I was born on November 2nd, 1734, in the colony of Pennsylvania.